Welcome, welcome, everybody.
At last.
So, yes, at last. So here we are. Made it through all of our technical difficulties. So, Chidi and I and Sarah are all here from Girls Drinking Wine and Playing Games, and we are joined by Catherine Croft of Cat Lily Games. Is that correct?
That is correct. Hello.
Great. So how are you this evening?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me. I have my wine, and that makes me happy on a Tuesday night.
I am forgoing wine tonight and just drinking some spiked seltzer or hard cider. It's just that time of year here in Syracuse. We're getting into that apple season. So that's what I'm feeling tonight.
Awesome. I'm drinking mulled wine, homemade.
Ooh, nice.
Wine, just getting in the season. It's one of my favorite things on this time of the year.
That sounds awesome.
Nice. Yeah. Even though it's been a little rainy in New Mexico, it's still warm enough that I'm drinking a nice chilled. This is a New Mexico wine called a Pistachio Rosé, and it's one of my favorites. So,
wow.
That sounds awesome.
It is very nice.
Is it nutty? No, it's okay.
It's, I don't know how to describe it. It's, you know how like edible flowers never taste like you want them to, like they don't taste like they smell.
Yeah.
I always say this wine tastes like flowers smell, not like they taste. It's very light. It's sweet. It has a little bit of a nutty after image, almost just barely there. It's just a really, really light, refreshing and nice, kind of not super sweet, but I drink it as a dessert because it's really nice.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, it does sound good. So, Catherine, I saw that you are fully funded already. It was like you launched, you put up cycles, you got fully funded. So congratulations.
Congrats. Thank you so much. Yeah, that happened last night. And I was just I check constantly, of course. And so I knew it was getting really, really close. And so I sent out like a little like Twitter and Facebook thing saying, oh my gosh, we're almost there. And then a bunch of people like pledged. So yeah, I was very, very happy last night. It was a good night.
That's awesome. I'm really, really happy for you. I did read a little bit about cycles. It's the life cycles of 13 different creatures. Is that correct?
Yes. So it started out, so I'm also a teacher. I'm a former neurobiologist and I transitioned to teaching. And I was trying to teach life cycles to some younger kids. And it was like really boring for them because they had to learn, I think it was the mushroom cycle, and they just had zero interest. And so I tried to make a little game out of it, like a really quick mini game for the classroom. And they loved it. I think they were about third grade, I want to say. And then I thought, well, this actually could be something. So then I decided to expand it with all these different cycles. And then, so I initially had it kind of like a rummy style game, where you could also like steal sets from other people as they're building the set. And then my original co-founder of Cat Lily, he was also a teacher at the time working with me. And he was a game designer. So he's like, saw what I was doing. And he had like all these wonderful suggestions. Like he added in the special powers. And that's what really makes the game is like, it like, cause mine was just like a boring rummy game. It has the stealing aspect, which is pretty cool, but it took on a new life because he was inspired by like Pokemon type powers for kids that age. And
it's funny that you mentioned that because when my husband saw the promo for the game, he saw the cards in the background and he's like, those look like magic cards, just because it has that same sort of feel, that Pokemon magic card, sort of like collectible card game feel.
Yes, and that was very much on purpose because I'm not really around third graders now, but I know at the time, like Pokemon cards were huge. And my co-founder, he's also huge into Magic, and I play Magic sometimes too. And we wanted that feel where it was more like a gamer's game. And then, so it has actually 2 sets of rules, where the complex version is ages 8 and up, where you use the powers and it's a really fast-paced strategy game. And then you can use the same cards for a younger group with different rules. So at the time, my daughter was 4. And when I was designing it, like I wanted to play something with her. And I think my son was like 6 or 7. So I developed these alternate rules for younger kids, where it's basically open-faced and you're building cycles together in the middle of the table. Like if you have like a number 1, you start it in the middle, and whoever has number 2 adds to it, and it goes all the way to 4. So if you have like the 4th one, then you capture the cycle and then you get to keep it. And so like for the young, like preschool set, there's not really any strategy, but you don't really need it, because like the whole point is to like work cooperatively with them and to have them learn the cycles, like the frog cycle, the butterfly cycle, the chicken cycle, like all the standard ones are in there. But on the other hand, like if the kids are in bed or it's just adults, you can play this. And this is one of our games that adults really enjoy. And that was nice to see, like people really got into it. We had like little small tournaments and things. And so there's enough strategy there with the complex version that it serves both audiences.
I really love that you make it accessible like that, because I will say, as a mom of a toddler, and I know Chidi's, a lot of us are moms, it's hard to find games that are interesting for us as adults and also for our kids. And when you do things like this, they're learning without you even really putting in a ton of effort, because they're just being exposed to the information over and over and over. And, especially with young kids, they want to do the same thing. I can't even tell you guys how many times I've watched Frozen this month, right? Like it's the same thing over and over and over. And as they're being, given this information through repetition, they're learning it whether they realize it or not. So that's really awesome.
I agree. Had that cross generational thing going, where anyone, whatever age in the family, can relate to it and play and also learn. I'm a big fan of the learning aspect. As an educator, Catherine, we actually met at AAAS a long time ago.
Oh, great! Yeah,
a couple of years ago. But I don't know, 4 years ago.
3 years ago. Yeah,
3 years ago. So as an educator, that appeals to me. Like they're learning something and they're having a blast and not even realize that learning is happening, right?
Yeah, and that really is the point. And so this was kind of the first game we designed. And so with the Kickstarter, we're updating it and making new art and adding in some things. Because it never really found a home when I'd go around licensing to larger companies, and this one really never found a home for some reason. So I wanted to bring it to life with the Kickstarter. But our whole line of games that we make, they're designed to be fun for adults as well. Because I know firsthand how mind-numbing it can be to play like Hi-Ho Cheerio like a million times. So I think there's a lot of games out there that are starting, like they're doing this, but not many mainstream people know about them. And so one of the things I do when I go to conferences and board game conventions is try and convince these, fancy game designers that are kind of famous in the world to at least include rules that are more kid-friendly, like the same game, just like alternate rules in the back.
Yeah, totally. A little bit of adaptation. It doesn't have to be, you're not rewriting the whole game. Just give me an option to play with my children.
Exactly. And in the classroom, because there's so many awesome games, like even like Wingspan, like I can't like play that in my class. I have a high school classroom and I can't play it for the sake of time.
Right.
But there would be a lot of things to learn from that game, but like I can't, like there's no way I could fit it into my class. So I feel like games like that, where they're wonderful kind of mainstream games that they're just too complicated for the classroom. Like if there's just a little like slice in the back that's like how to play this in 30 minutes or, you know, something, I think that would be helpful.
Especially
with
now
teams,
with
like
game-based learning catching on.
Yeah.
Even outside of school and homeschooling, moms want to include games in their learning and in the kids' curriculum. Like you said, some games are great educational wise, but it's just the time does not fit.
Yeah, time is the biggest factor for teachers because like you do have standardized tests, unfortunately, and you do have strict pacing guides, and you really can't afford to waste any time. So you can't dedicate 3 days in a row to something. It has to be short and quick. And plus the kids kind of lose interest. Like even my high schoolers, like they're not gamers per se. They're very much like they know Monopoly and Clue and Connect Four. And they love Uno, but like they're not gamers, and so to bring them into like a more complicated game is very overwhelming. So you gotta ease them into it, basically.
So
So
I'm going to go away. I'm going to go away. And are you all ready for me to drop the game up there on the screen?
Let's do it. I'm so excited.
All right. Have a great time. I will be in the background. Hey, I also want to say before I leave, anyone out there watching the show, if you have questions or comments, put them in the comments. I'll put them up on the screen and let the people who are playing here tonight answer them. If you have anything you want to ask Catherine, please drop it in there for her and we'll make sure she sees it. So have fun. I'll be back at the end. Bye.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you. Yeah, and if there's comments, I don't have like a split screen. So if someone could like just give me a heads up if there's questions or something.
You got it.
So this is Cycles. And so here's the instruction sheet. This is a publicly available workshop on Tabletop Simulator. It's a free demo. And like the art is being changed, like I said, and these tokens are being changed. But the basic rules will be the same. So let me move these tokens out of the way, actually. And I'll move this. So it's a deck of 52 cards. And if I do the search feature, you can kind of see, let me pull out like salmon. That's actually one of my favorites.
Oh, look at that. You got the little salmon eggs and the fish and then the bigger fish.
Yeah. And so if I zoom in on here, let me close this. So there's 13 cycles and they each have 4 stages. And then these powers are at the bottom. And like I said, for the younger version, like 4+, you don't use them at all. But we're going to have the 8+ version. But it goes through from the salmon eggs to like the little baby salmon, the 11s here. And then you have the 3rd stage, which we call the fry. And then the 4th stage where it's an adult, these are called spawners. And so, so we have all the names and things on there if you want to go into that. But we know that like just regular gamers don't necessarily want all that vocabulary.
I will tell you though, Catherine, you know, I'm a TI4 player and everybody sort of has the thing that they look for with cards, and flavor text is a huge thing. And so you giving them that sort of like offer of flavor text is really, really nice. I like that a lot.
Oh, thank you. Each card has a little icon. So here's a little fish icon. And then the art is hand painted so I have 5 graduates of the George Mason game design program who work for me, but for free because they're wonderful. So it helps them with their portfolio. And they've been with me for, 3 years now. And so they do this by hand. It's beautiful. And I could never do this myself. So I'm very, very lucky to have them. The first version of Cycles has like my clip art. It's so funny to look at it now. It's like embarrassing. But yeah, they do a fantastic job. And one of the things I like is that when I use this in my classroom, I have like pre-game questions and post-game questions, because you can't just throw a game at the students and expect them to learn, you know, key concepts that you want them to learn. So I ask them things like, okay, which cycles have eggs, or which cycles do metamorphosis, or things like that. And so it's fun to see, like they'll say, oh yeah, stage 1 had eggs for frog and for salmon and for chicken. And it's kind of fun for them to make connections like that. So this power is my personal favorite. My co-founder actually came up with it. So it's the power of Go Fish. So if you choose to use that power, you can just like play Go Fish for a round and ask another player, like, do you have a frog card? And then if they do, they have to give it to you. And if they don't,
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
I just think it's cute, little pun. And if they don't, they have to say Go Fish. And then when I play, if someone says no, I get very angry. I'm like, no, you have to say Go Fish. Like, that's the whole point. So, and then they draw from the deck if you don't have it. So you'll get a card no matter what. It's just a way of like, oh, I think that person has a frog card. You can get it from them. So that's the power. So yeah, there's 13 like this. And let me see. I can show you examples of the other ones here. So here's just like, here's a turtle. Flip it over. That's a little
it's so cute.
Thank you. And then let me show you, like, actually, here's an adult kangaroo.
Nice.
And that one has 2 powers because there's a Joey inside. And
oh my gosh, I see it, the little baby. Do you want to see it? Come here. Look at the little baby. You see it in the pouch. Oh,
Hi.
I know it. What's that? You love it, huh? Yeah, it's a kangaroo. You knew it. Good job.
And then I didn't mention, but the turtle has the power of protection, like a shell. So that's when you use one of those token cards. So if I wanted to use the turtle power on my turn, I could say, okay, I want to protect my butterfly cycle that I'm building. And then I could take the turtle token card and like put it on the butterfly, and then it's like protected for 1 round. So we do have virus in here, which made me, you know, it's very timely. So this was originally designed before COVID. So, but everyone that plays it now is like, oh, we learned so much about the virus. So that's good. Let me show you a better virus card. Like here's at the end when all the viruses are being released and bursting from the cell. So, oh, panda, of course, panda. The little panda.
That's so cute. Wow. So you said these are all hand painted. That's really impressive.
Yeah, they're phenomenal. They're all like artists and programmers because it's primarily a computer game design program. So I teach them a lot about board game mechanics and things, but they know all the like techie side of everything, and they do a really fantastic job. Oh, and my very, very, very favorite card is this one. So there's jellyfish. So,
oh wow.
Yeah, I actually have that poster in my basement because I just loved it so much. But jellyfish has a very weird life cycle, and this one has the power of sting. So you can just like reach out and discard a card from somebody else's hand without, like, you don't look at it. You just like sting them and take the card.
I love that it says no peeking.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So there's like plant has the power of harvest. So you get to draw an extra card on your turn. Frog can hop on other creatures and disable their power for 1 round. And you use a token card for that one as well. And then there's chicken. We really struggled with the chicken with the right power. We finally landed on like the chicken or the egg, where you can shuffle. I'm sorry. You can shuffle the deck, your hand into the deck, and then just kind of restart it again.
Oh, that's cute. That's, yeah. I can see where you would go with that.
It's handy late in the game, I should say, because early on you don't really know what you're doing. But like, if like this hand is terrible, then you can just redo everything. Mm-hmm.
So I'm seeing a lot of things here that I like as a parent, right? Like the different life cycles are color coded. So it looks like the salmon are sort of like this peach, and they're all the same color, which is really helpful for kids. They all have different symbols too. So like the fish have their fish symbol, and the virus has this scary looking mask, plague mask symbol. So there's a lot of things that are really nice. You've got the numbers for the different stages. So you got like a 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's so many great things that you can use to go beyond just whatever the rules are. You know, my 2-year-old would be like, okay, these colors go together. Let's count the, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's just, this is really multifaceted. I appreciate it.
Yes, I totally agree.
Yeah, it really helps with the younger version, because when you ask the child, do you have anything, like say there's like a number 1 chicken on the table, they look for the color first and then like the word. So they kind of learn number sequence, colors, and like some words as well.
That's awesome.
Thank you. And there's more. Let me hold on one second. What have I not shown you yet? So I teach high school. I wanted to have a cell cycle in there. So this is the end stage, stage 4, where there's 2 new daughter cells. But the power is you get to discard 1 card and draw 2. So like 1 card turns into 2. So mitosis actually has more than 4 stages, but so we just had to, and like kind of really bugs me that I couldn't do, this stage, but I wanted to have a 4 for everything. So it's a little bit crammed in there, but the kids get the point. And then what else? Virus. I did plant. Oh, there's mushroom. Where's my mushroom?
I recently watched that documentary on Netflix about the fungus. It's like the fungi documentary.
Oh yeah.
So when I saw mushrooms in this game, I was like, yes, it's going to be I don't care how to play this game as much as I want to make sure I have a mushroom in my hand, because I'm pretty obsessed with them at the moment. I love that you included them.
Thank you. Yeah, and actually, mushroom and panda are the only cycles where you can draw from the bottom of the discard pile, because mushroom's a decomposer. So that's why we did that.
Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense.
Thank you. And so like here's the first stage with the spores shooting out of the mushroom. And then the second stage has like the mycelium that starts to like grow in the ground. And then these are like pinheads, so they're little tiny mushrooms. And then here's like a full out mushroom adult.
So you really did, like, were there any life cycles that you didn't know anything about until you started developing this game?
Yeah. So jellyfish I didn't know anything about, and I just think they're beautiful. Like here's a little baby jellyfish. It looks like that, and then it makes a polyp. Where's the polyp?
Wow, I had no idea.
Mommy. Yeah, it's actually stage 3. Yeah, they're the coolest looking things. Here's the polyp. And I saw, where was I? I think it was at Myrtle Beach at the aquarium this past summer, and they had this whole jellyfish exhibit, and it went through the whole life cycle. Like, it's so exciting. So like I knew what it was from my game. So I was like, oh my gosh. So you could see all the stages of the jellyfish in different tanks. It was really cool.
That is very cool.
And then what else? I learned. I mean, I knew more about the mushroom, because I didn't know that much about the mushroom, to be honest with you. But a lot of these I knew just from, like, because I teach biology. And interestingly enough, we actually had not just life cycles in the beginning. We had, like, the water cycle and the star cycle, things like that. And then we decided to kind of branch off and maybe possibly have an earth science expansion someday in the future, but we just wanted to have just life cycles here to keep it like a coherent theme.
That's kind of nice though, because you've built a game based on cycles, and as you say, there's opportunity for expansion in the future. So maybe you'll teach us about water cycles at some point in the future, and then something else or earth science. It does have a little bit of a magic school bus feel in my mind when I think of like earth science cycles.
That's a huge compliment. So, yeah, and that's the kind of, you know, I love that concept that Magic School Bus is full of facts, and it actually, like, the books have layers of facts. Like, there's the storyline, and there's all these extra things on the side, like someone's notebook or something, and like you can go as deep as you want, but it's just a really fun story. And like that's the goal, is to make it like this fun experience. And oh, by the way, it has all this stuff in there. So that's our mission here with our game line. Oh, there's one more I haven't shown you. It's human. So we wanted to have a little human in there. Where's a good one? Here's a little toddler. Flip it. So so human goes from like baby to child to young adult to adult. But we wanted to have that in there just to show the whole range, like, of different like mammals and all these different things. And human is adaptable, so you can actually exchange your cycle for someone else's incomplete cycle. So say I'm building jellyfish, but I'm not done, and I really want your fish cycle because you have 3 cards in your fish cycle, and I only have 1 card in my jellyfish cycle. I can switch them with the human.
That's really interesting. And it says you complete 3 cycles to win. So because you're collecting cards, you obviously want to have a whole set to complete a cycle. And what you're saying is this way you can take from somebody else.
Yes. And so if they're closer to getting that 4th card, because when it has 4 cards, it's locked in, then you can just take it with the human, and then you're the closer one. So yeah, the goal is to have 3 complete cycles, which means there's 3 cycles with 4 cards each, and they're locked into place. So I should probably show you how this is done. Flip all these guys. Get away. Trying to get this whole deck flipped.
So while we're setting the game up, I did want to ask you, did you end up going to Gen Con?
No. Well, first, I'm a teacher, and there's no way I could go in September, but I also was nervous about, you know, with the Delta variant. I didn't think it was a good idea.
I feel that on so many levels. I was thinking of going this year and meeting up with some people from my Twilight Imperium community, but it's just with the Delta variant, it's very scary right now. It's nice that we can do things like this and be able to still, you know, network and communicate and enjoy a good evening of playing games. But we know that we're safe because we're socially distanced. And I really like that.
Exactly. And yeah, I mean, I understand, like, there were some people that pretty much had to go because if it's their full-time job, like selling games, like I'm sympathetic towards that. But yeah, I don't understand just going for fun because we're just not there yet. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel that. I do. I really, really do. I was reading this paper that you wrote, integrating a serious game into case-based learning.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And I was thinking about case-based learning and board games, you know, and these different card games that you guys have. What other game besides Cycles, do you think is really, really excellent that you guys put out there?
So our other games are very different. I'm trying to think. So for the younger crowd, probably our most popular game is called Crazy Cats. It's very simple and there's really no strategy, but it's like for young kids. So everybody has a whiteboard and there's 2 dice and there's 10 rounds of traits. So you're making a baby cat. The dice are the cat's parents. And you roll for 10 rounds to see what your baby cat's going to look like. So it's actually a genetics game in that, like, 1 die is the mama cat and 1 die is the daddy cat. And then you roll, and then the combination determines what you roll. So when I use all the sciencey language when I play the game, like if you roll odds are recessive and evens are dominant. So if you get at least 1 even, then you're stuck drawing whatever the game tells you to draw. So like the first round is body. And if you roll at least one even, you're stuck drawing an oval body, kind of normal. And then if you roll 2 odds, it's a recessive, so you can draw whatever you want. So kids draw like rainbow bodies or hexagon bodies or triangle or clouds.
That is amazing.
That is awesome.
It's very silly and fun, and there's a lot of laughing, and little kids just like love whiteboards. And the best part is, like, while you're waiting for your turn to roll, like everyone just like draws backgrounds, and they're just like drawing, and it's really kind of fun. And so there's a body round, then like a head, and then there's like numbers of eyes and tails, and then all the way at the end there's a superpower bonus round. So you get to kind of draw a card, and the different cards have different powers. So you could have like laser eyes, or there's one that like you make up your own power. Like my daughter used to make up like baking cupcakes as her superpower. Flying and time machines and things. And then on the card you can either like gamble to get more points or not. And that's really the only part where there's like any strategy. But it's just a really fun, silly game. And there's actually a lot of genetics in there. Like you get half from your mom, half from your dad, and you learn like the combinations of the Mendelian traits. And I use it in my high school like every year, actually. My high schools really like it. But it's not a gamer's game. So I didn't feel like I could put that on Kickstarter because I don't feel like, I don't know. It's more of a mainstream game. But it's very fun and cute.
So what I'm hearing is for parents, for teachers, for people looking for games that are educational and also super fun, they should definitely check out Cat Lily, is what I'm hearing.
So much. Yeah, and so it's really funny because I've been pitching that game for years, and I used to pitch it with all the science vocabulary in there. And every time I would get no, we're not interested, no. Like right off the bat, no. And then I would pitch the same exact game and just not use any of that vocabulary, and then everyone loves it. So I was like, really?
Oh boy. That's the difficulty of being someone trying to like put education in board games, right? It's not really mainstream.
Yeah, I kind of cross over between two worlds. So like I could just more like pitch to just educational companies, but I feel like it's not a traditional educational game. It's not overtly educational. Like, and I really want to like bring it to a wider mainstream audience so that's why I pitch to like other types of companies. And if I have to just hide the vocabulary when I'm pitching it, that's fine by me, because people are still going to learn when they have the game. And like I can put all the vocabulary in the rules book and all of that. And what's funny was also my daughter was 3 at the time, I think 3 or 4. And so I noticed she could play the game when she was 4. I'm like, oh, really? And so when she was 7, so a few years ago, 'cause she's 10 years old now, I was at one of these expos, like demoing games and things, and she was back there explaining Crazy Cats to somebody. And she full out explained all the genetics concepts. Like, she just knew them. And I was like, oh my God, my game worked.
That's a proud mama moment and a proud board game creator moment.
Yeah, I was so happy. And, not that I know like in schools, that's not one of their standards of learning for elementary, but like to me, it should be, because by the time they get to me, like I get 10th graders who still don't know that half comes from your mom, half your DNA comes from your dad. And I feel like that needs to be established way early on. So by the time they get to me, we can do modern DNA technology that's standard in the modern world. And I can't even get to that stuff because we're still doing dominant recessive.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. It's a concept that you can introduce at a younger age. It just needs to be age appropriate. And it sounds like you found a great way to do it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I agree. Games are just phenomenal way of learning if it's applied appropriately. And if someone is having fun, they don't even know that they're learning at the same time. And then when they just, it worked when they just start throwing that information back at you. And you just have that wonderful aha moment. Like, yes, objective met.
Yeah, it's really satisfying to see people like laughing and smiling and playing a science game. Like, because, you know, usually they're like, oh, initially when I would bring out a game to my high schoolers, they'd be like, oh no, not an educational game.
Yes, I've heard from a publisher that a lot of times you lose people when you start off as this is an educational game.
Yeah.
As opposed to this is a science themed fun game. And you throw in other game mechanics that is not overly educative. Because I think that sometimes with educational games, we get lost in the learning objective, right?
Yes.
And then it's just like all education, all science, all whatever. And then the fun element is like a second afterthought that you just throw in there, and you may not really like. It doesn't stand out. And so sometimes when you say educational game,
yeah,
high schoolers will roll their eyes.
Yeah, I mean,
like, oh gosh.
Yeah,
torture.
They're not very good or interesting traditionally, and it's also like they know when you're trying to trick them. So like they know, like they're like, oh, you're trying to make learning seem fun, you know. But when they're actually having fun, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, we're having fun, and then they don't even.
Yeah, you find that balance. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm excited to know if I will know more life cycles at the end of this game.
I hope so. So let me. I realized when I was doing this, there were 52 cards, and somehow now there's 53. So I don't know if I like duplicated something accidentally.
Maybe there's a second of something. We'll find it, I'm sure.
We'll find out.
I guess we will. I'm sure I duplicated something. I can't see off the bat like what it would be, but it'll be a nice surprise, I guess. Oh, so the virus cycle, I should mention. The virus is a wild card. So it could be like I could put a virus 3 into any cycle, but then it infects that cycle and you can't use the power. So
oh, interesting. Okay.
You could try and build your own virus cycle, but then it's really risky because someone's probably going to use another one as a wild card and then it's useless. So, okay, so we each start off with 3 cards. Where's my deal? Ah, oops, I did a 4th one, I think. Did it deal 4 to you? Huh. Somehow, oh, did I already give you 2 cards? Hold on a second. I'm going to redo this for a second.
Yeah, no problem.
Somehow, it like, gave you 3 at a time. And then I'm going to take 2 of these. Okay, let's flip these guys. Okay, I'm going to try.
I love that. That mechanic of just like moving your hand back and forth and it shuffles.
Yeah, I love that sound too. It makes me happy. Although I do miss playing games in person with people. It's like, not quite the same thing. But okay, so we each have 3 cards, and so I'll just demonstrate how it would go. So, I'm going to start one. I'll start the discard pile here.
All right, got my game face on. I'm ready.
So, like with mine, so every single turn, let me bring the rules book here. Okay, so if I make this big, so on every single turn, you're going to draw a card, and that can either be from the top of the deck or from the discard pile. But if you take the one from the discard pile, you have to be able to use it immediately on that turn. You can't like save it for another turn. So yeah, you have a choice there. And then after you draw, you can either start a cycle in front of you with the first card, or steal one from somebody else. So like say you had fish card 2 laid down, and I had fish card 3, I could steal it from you. And then 3, you can just add. So say I picked up Kangaroo and I had the rest of the Kangaroos, I could just add to them for a free action. That doesn't cost against me.
Now, when I place my card down, is that when I use the power on the card?
So you get to use one of your powers. So only one on your turn. And you don't even have to use it. But let's say I had 3 cycles in front of me. After I start one or steal one, I have the choice to use one of my powers on that turn. And then, yeah, you can't use a power if it's in your hand. It has to be on the table in front of you. And then at the end of your turn, you discard something. So if it's me, you can see my cards. I get to draw first. So I don't really want that Kangaroo. No. I'm just going to draw from the draw pile. Oh. And then I'm going to start. I can't steal because nobody has anything. So I can start a cycle. I don't have to start at number 1. I can start at any number. Okay. So let's say I started at my 3 cell. I could then, it wraps around. So it goes 3, 4, 1, 2. And that's totally fine. You don't have to start at number 1. So that's actually what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put my cell there. And I have the number 4, so I'm going to stick that on top. And then I have the option to use that power. I only have 1 cycle. So if I wanted to, I could use my cell power to turn 1 card into 2. So like discard something from my hands and pick up 2 from the draw pile. But actually, let me do that. I don't really want my frog. So I'm going to get rid of my frog, and the discard pile fans out to the right. So you can see, and you can actually pick up cards from inside the pile. And then, 1, 2.
I see. So we draw back to 3.
Well, I just used my cell power, so that's why I got to do that.
Oh, gotcha.
So now I have to officially discard. So yeah, the cell power was just discard 1 and pick up 2. So now my official discard. This is tough. I will put frog there. And then my turn is over.
2 frogs in the discard.
Yeah. Interesting. So on your turn, Visioness, what you could do, so your hand limit is 5. You could never, ever, ever have more than 5.
Oh, okay.
So when you draw, you could either draw 1 card from the top of the draw pile, or since you have 3 cards, you could draw 2 cards from the discard pile, if that makes sense. So let's say you just wanted the 2 frog. You could certainly take the 2 frog as long as you can use it on your turn. But if you wanted both the frogs and you could use this number 3 frog on your turn, you can take both of them because you have less than 5 cards. Does that make sense?
It does. Interesting.
You have to take the one on top. So say I'm like, I really want that 3 frog. You can take it, but you have to take whatever's on top. So like you couldn't take the kangaroo because then you would go 5.
But if I take the frogs, then you guys know that I have the frogs in my hand, and you could potentially take them out of my hand, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's.
Or you could take them and start them right away because then it's still using them on your turn.
Gotcha.
So if you took both and started the 2 and then added the 3, like that's an option, but like you wouldn't have to do that.
Can you draw 2 cards from the draw pile?
No, it's only ever 1.
Okay.
It's just the discard pile that has some flexibility. So say I only had like 1 card in my hand, I could take all of those as long as I could use the kangaroo on that turn.
Now let's say potentially I had the 4 frog in my hand. Could I go 2, 3, 4 immediately?
Yes.
Or can I only play 1 at a time?
Nope, you can build as much as you want. So if you had the 4, that'd be a pretty good move to take those, start it, and then add 3 and 4. What
if I have the 1?
Then you could start it with the 1 and then add the 2 and the 3.
All right, well then we're definitely doing it.
And if you have the 4 as well, then it would be complete.
All right, we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. This is why they call me the queen, because I'm just so good at everything. Bam! All right, and now we're gonna officially discard.
Well, you can use your power if you want to. You don't have to. But say you wanted to use a frog, you could disable my cell by hopping on it. So you would take like this token and knock out my cell power for 1 round.
I think what I'm actually going to do, Catherine, this is like big brain plays. Are you ready? I'm going to discard this cell card, and that way you want to take that instead of take my frogs.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, big brain.
That's smart.
All right, Chidi, it's all you, girl.
Okay. Well, I was eyeing those frogs. Okay. So let's see here. So I can draw and start or steal a cycle, right? If I have the power to do that.
Yeah. So every turn you can draw, start or steal, build as much as you want, and then use a power and discard. So you would either draw 1 from the draw pile, or you could draw the 2 cell from the discard if you can use it on this turn, or you could pick up the 3 kangaroo if you can use that on this turn, but you'd have to pick up the cell also because it's on top of the kangaroo.
Okay. So I can draw from here and then start or steal a cycle too.
Yes.
Right? And then build my cycles and yada yada. Okay, got it. I have a question.
Yes.
So the human power has to exchange a cycle that I already control, right? So I can't use that until I have a cycle.
Yeah. So if you had human in front of you and you only had human in front of you, technically you could exchange human for something else. So yeah, you could still use the human power to then exchange the human for something else.
Okay. Okay, so but I have to put the now to.
That's a clever move. Oh, you have to draw first though.
I have to draw first.
Yeah.
They're just like.
Okay. Yeah, you can just take one of those.
So just. Okay, draw first, and then let's see. Okay, I'm going to exchange that. And I can steal the frog cycle, right?
Ooh, if you have the number 4, you can total. Oh, we already started the human though. So, you can either start the human or just steal her frog. It would make more sense to steal her frog.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Sarah.
Oh, Chidi, I forgive you.
And I have to put that in play, right? How does that work?
Yeah, so take your human card back into your hand, and then
hold on. There we go. Got it.
So you would have and then you add the 4 frog to that.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, there it is. A whole life cycle.
Yep. So nobody can feel it. It's done. And you can use that power if you want to on your turn. So you can hop on me if you want or not. It's totally up to you.
So we got egg, tadpole, froglet, and frog. That's so cute.
I know. I love the art. That's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Okay, now I can use a power and then discard. Is that it?
Yep.
Hmm. Let me see what you got there.
I got the power of itself, so I can turn one of my cards into two.
That's a lot of decisions. I always get lost in all the decisions. I'm like, what do I do? Too many options. Okay.
Yeah, I'll put this little thing here. We're gonna put little like turn reminder things in.
Yeah.
So
that's one of my favorite things that designers do when they include like a little turn guide. Do this, and there's one for everybody. That's the best.
Yeah, I agree. All right. So I don't know what to do now. I need to use one power, right?
Yeah, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can hop them on me and put this token on me and stop my cell power for a round. There's no reason not to, really.
Yeah. Okay, that's it.
And then you can discard a card and add it to the discard pile.
Oh. All right. I'm going to discard that one.
Oh, look at that little baby chick.
It's so cute. I know.
They redid it so it's super fuzzy now, and it's even cuter.
It's very cute.
Okay, so then it's my turn, and I'm just gonna rotate this a little bit. What to do? Okay, I'm just gonna take one from here. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna start mushroom because that one is pretty powerful. So with mushroom power, which I'm gonna use right now, I can take any one of these cards just anywhere and just the solo card, and I don't even have to use it right away. It's like recycling like a decomposer.
Ooh, that is strong.
Yeah, so I am going to.
What's interesting about that is like you're not even necessarily revealing any information to us about what's in your hand because you can just like stick it in there for later.
Yeah. So I'm going to go away, Chid. I'm going to take this.
That makes sense. Yeah. I totally. Why would you not? You've got those two out there. That's a move right there.
And then I don't have to use it right away. So and then I used my power just now. So I'm gonna I'm gonna get rid of plant, even though I love it.
She's like, oh, I don't like it. I know I have to discard, and everyone's gonna know I have this cell card in my hand. We know whatever the other one is, you want it. All right. Let's see. I'm just gonna draw off the top because I'm down to just one other card. Oh, interesting. All right. So
you can start a brand new one, or you could steal if you have like the 1 cell or the 3 mushroom.
Oh, that would be so mean if I did that. Don't do that. Don't be mean, Visioness.
You're supposed to
nice.
It's all good.
All right. I am going to play Medusa. Did you know that that's what stage 4 of jellyfish is?
No, I had no idea before this game.
Medusa. Select a card from a player's hand, then discard it. So I could totally take, which I think is the cell card. Maybe it's this one. Or maybe they're both cell cards. Like maybe you're tricking us and now you have all 4 cell cards. Or I could take something from Chidi's hand and just like, wing it and see what it is. But I think I'm going to try to take the cell card from your hand, Catherine. Do you want to shuffle those and then I'll pick one so that I don't know for sure which one's which? And it says no peeking, so I can't even look at it. Okay. All right. I'm going to discard. No peeking, no peeking, no peeking.
Well, you can put it on the discard pile and then everyone can see what it was.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yes. I won the game. All right. So that's my power. And then I have to discard. So I'm going to discard this virus card. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. That's my turn.
And then, yeah, so virus can be number 3 on anything, but then that thing loses its power. Where'd my mushroom card go? Oh, there it is. Okay. So it's Chidi's turn. Oh. Can you guys still hear me?
I can now. Sorry.
So yeah, my sound went off.
My daughter's watching ASMR videos on YouTube.
How old is she?
2. She'll be 3 in January.
Oh,
She's pretty awesome.
yeah. My kids are so old now. Like, oh my gosh.
Okay, decisions. All right, so I drew a card, and I'm going to start. I can steal one from here, right? Except it's the one on the top.
You can. So you drew a card, right? You can steal either Visioness's jellyfish with a 1 jellyfish. Or if you have cell number 1, you can steal my cell. Or if you have mushroom 3, you can steal my mushroom.
I don't want to be that person that's just stealing everybody's.
It's the point of the game, though. It's all good.
Okay.
I mean, we could just steal right back from you.
It's true, but not your frogs because you completed that life cycle.
That's right.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm gonna steal this one.
Mushroom.
Yum. Making me hungry. I'm a big fan.
I know. I kind of wish we'd had like a badger and a snake.
Yes.
Mushroom.
Okay.
You were right there with me. You knew exactly where my head was.
I know. I'm there.
Okay. And I'm going to
Well
start
done.
getting. And then let's see. Is there power I can use?
The mushroom power is pretty strong. So you could take any one of these and you don't have to use it right away. Anything from the discard.
Oh. I like. All right. I may just do that. Let me see. What can I?
So Kangaroo lets you use 2 powers per turn. So that's pretty good.
Ooh.
Chicken lets you just reshuffle your hand back into the deck and get 3 new cards. Plant, you can draw 1 extra card on your turn. Cell, well, I already started the cell, but yeah. And the virus can just be a wild card.
Ah! Just grabbing everything.
Tabletop.
I know. I'm gonna take the chicken and just put that back in my hand, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ah! Trying to.
I like it.
I give up.
I got it. Don't give up.
I have this love-hate relationship with Tabletop Simulator.
I know. Me too.
There we go. Dum, dum.
So
Ta-da.
I have a question for you,
Yes.
Catherine. How long did it take you from conception of this idea to like your Kickstarter?
Well, this was actually initially designed like 6 years ago. But we've been playtesting it all that time. So we used to, in like the first 3 years of our company, we used to go to an event once a month and like play games with kids and families and sell our games, like, because we don't mass sell anything. Like, it's like really small, print on demand, very, very small. And that was our way of kind of, word of mouth. And then I switched to a different business model where I just pitched to companies because I don't have time. I'm a teacher. I don't have time to do that. So now I just take our creative designs and pitch them. And so then we just stopped kind of working on cycles. I've been play testing it the whole time, the whole 6 years. But like the initial, it took us like a year to come to this stage of it, I would say. And then the art came in like year 3 or 4. And then now we're just kind of updating everything. We're updating the art and adding in some tokens and other things. But yeah, it's been a long time coming.
One of the things I noticed about your website, catlily.com, is that you offer these free print and play games for teachers. And I think that that's really a great thing, because I can't tell you how many times I've heard, I have a 14-year-old also, from my son's teachers, you know, please send in tissues, please send in highlighters. Teachers are supplying their classrooms with their, you know, utilizing their own money. The least we can do is give them things like this, games, to be able to give them options where they don't have to spend money. Why are our teachers spending money? They should not have to do that. So this I love that.
I buy so much for my classroom because my school we have a very, very small budget. And so I spend at least $500 a year on, probably more than that, honestly. But like everything I do, like I have to buy. And it's either that or I don't have a very interesting class, and I'd rather have an interesting, engaging class. And yeah, so I know, like, and like to buy 6 copies of a game, which is, I usually have a class of 24. Like, I can't afford that. So I need either print and play, or I need to go to like a bunch of yard sales and thrift stores, which I do that too. Some companies have started really doing the print and plays, like Asmodee. They have like, they make like Pandemic and Catan and all that. Like they've started coming out with some print and plays of various things, which is really, really nice. Very helpful.
What do you teach? You teach high school, you said?
Yes.
Science?
Yeah, I teach biology, anatomy, sometimes chemistry, and AP research.
Okay.
So I kind of all over the place. Yeah, I have sophomores, juniors, and seniors mostly.
Okay.
That's awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for being a teacher. We definitely need more of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's a tough time for teachers, not gonna lie. But I couldn't do anything else. It's the hardest job I've ever had, but it's the most rewarding. Like
I hear that a lot. It's a labor of love, right? Like you wouldn't do it if you didn't love it, I feel like. Yeah. Because you definitely don't do it for the money.
No.
Let's be real.
No, I get paid so little, it's laughable. So yeah, not money. And not really respect either, because especially nowadays. But the kids love, you know, I love the kids. And it's the relationships, and I love it.
Absolutely.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn. Yeah.
Oh wait, did Chidi discard one?
Oh,
no, not yet.
Oh, my apologies, ladies. Wait. Darn it. This sucks. No, I'm discarding the reason why I picked the chick. Now I'm discarding the egg. No.
Bye, egg.
Bye, egg.
Oh my goodness. Okay, this got like messed up a little bit. Fix that. There's the cell.
Perfect.
There we go. Okay.
So Catherine, may I donate a classroom deck to you of my most recent game?
I would love that. Absolutely. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, let's exchange information.
Oh, definitely. I have, oh my gosh, so many games. I have like this whole bookshelf of games in my classroom. And the more the better. Like I'm always encouraging them to play. Usually after tests, I'm like, play one of my science games or something, and they'll get, you know, not necessarily extra credit, but they'll get a little participation grade for that.
Well, this one is a content review, so it will help them prep for whatever content.
Oh, cool. Thank you. That's awesome. Okay, so my froggy disable goes away because now it's back to me. And what can I do here?
I love that froggy face. The power disable.
He is cute.
It reminds me of that. There's a awful video on YouTube that Dabutukasita. I don't know if you guys see that alien dancing. It's the same face. I'm funny.
I'm gonna do kind of a bold move here. I'm gonna draw from the discard pile, starting with plant, because I only have one card.
I love bold moves. So now you're gonna pick up everything else.
Oh man!
And I'm gonna start the plant because I love it.
And
then I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna use my power of plant to draw, and I only have 4 cards, so I can do that. So I can't ever have more than 5, even like for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, and I just got the 2, so I can add that because you can build whenever you want to.
Nice.
So come back in my hand. Now I'm gonna discard. I'll discard chicken. Poor chicken.
I know that chicken is just going around. Nobody wants
No one ever likes the chicken. It's so funny, but we can't figure out what to do with it.
All right. Well, then I am gonna take the chicken.
Ooh.
And start the chicken. And then shuffle my hand, which is none.
Oh, wait, did you start with nothing?
I started with nothing.
Oh, if you start with nothing, you get to just draw 3 cards at the beginning of your turn.
Oh, all right. Well, cool. 3. Bam. Got him. Okay. Well, then we're not going to draw the chicken after all.
Poor chicken.
Poor chicken.
Sorry, chicken. All right. What the heck are we going to do, guys? We are going to... Ooh. Ooh. There are things in my hand. You know what? We are going to do the chicken. We're doing it.
Oh.
All right. We're going to do the chicken. And then we're going to shuffle our hand. All of them. Bam. Got them. G.
Ooh.
Flip. Stick them on top. Hit this. Hit this. Draw 3 new ones. And then we're going to discard one. Which one are we going to discard, guys? Oh, this is interesting. I didn't notice this before. Some cards are active and some cards are passive.
Oh. Yeah, actually, so if you have like Panda, let's say, and you've started the Panda, that's passive, meaning that automatically you can draw from the bottom of the discard pile. You don't have to use it as a power on your turn. It's just like something that you have.
Interesting. All right, we're going to discard this giant panda cub. Bam. Over to you, Chidi.
I have a situation, so I turned off my camera. Okay.
No worries.
Here comes. Mommy moment over here.
I feel that on so many levels, girl.
We've all been there.
Oh my word. Okay, 1 second. I am going to I'm going to draw. I can draw just what's the maximum I can draw?
Like from the discard? You draw 1 from the draw pile, and depending on how many cards in your hand, you can draw from the discard. So you only have 2 cards in your hand, so you could draw both discards as long as you can use the kangaroo on this turn.
feeling like Chidi's got an advantage with these 2 mushrooms, considering, well, I guess you've got 2 things going on over here too. Maybe I'm just very disadvantaged.
Well, it can change
That
in an
could be.
instant, though. That's the kind of the
That's
cool
true. That is true. Could randomly get the 2 sell and then take the 3 and the 4.
thing.
Bam.
So did Chidi use a power or draw?
I don't think so, not yet. So I was reading on your website about all the different partnerships that you guys have. The Virginia Serious Game Institute and the National Human Genome Research Institute. You guys have a lot going on.
Yeah, thank you. Like, we got really lucky. The first year of the company, I had actually quit my old job where I was teaching at the Science Center, and I didn't have a job for a year. So I poured my heart and soul into the company for a year, and I applied to the business incubator at George Mason, which was the Virginia Serious Games Institute. And
Gotcha.
everybody there is oh wait, is that chicken? You actually can't start the chicken because Visioness already started.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so they're all computer video games, and we were board games. So I was like, no, they're not going to take me. But they did, and I got like office space and mentorship, and I learned business. Yeah, it was phenomenal. And we were there for 3 years, and we got so much networking, and it's basically like a mini business degree without an actual degree.
That's awesome.
It was
so that's fantastic. Where the Serious Play Conference comes from, and the Serious Play Awards. Are they all associated with the Virginia Serious Games Institute?
No. So the Serious Play Conference is actually run, what is her name? Sue Bowl. I just found out about it when I was there. And then the Serious Play Conference runs the awards program.
Wow.
So we entered that. So it's actually this huge national, actually international conference that hops around from city to city, and just amazing people all doing some kind of educational game of some sort. It could be tabletop or video, digital, and it could be like industry, it could be government, it could be education. So it's a real meeting of the minds. It's really nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we got really lucky because Cycles won the gold medal one year, and that was incredibly surprising and rewarding, like validation that people liked our game.
It's I'm really enjoying it, and I'm like thinking in my head of all the ways that I could entice my adult friends to play, like turn it into a drinking game, or
okay,
all the different ways that we could bet on this kind of a game, turn it very serious strat game. I like it.
Thank you. And yeah, so when I got all my interns from George Mason, and now they're still working with me, but we have weekly meetings. We used to play this in the conference room after every meeting, and we would write our names in the box if we won. And I still have that box somewhere. Like, it got really heated.
I believe it.
And it was nice because we never got tired of playing it. Like, some of our other games, we can get a little tired of playing them, but like this one we didn't. So it was nice.
It has a long life cycle, didn't?
Okay, so my turn, right? So I need some big moves here. Butterfly has the power where you can copy someone else's power that's already on the table. It's like a metamorphosis power. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm actually gonna take Butterfly and start it. And then I'm going to use my cell power to change my virus card into 2 new cards. And then I'm gonna discard a card. So there's a fishy. It's the salmon. Okay, and that's the end of my turn.
Let us see. So first thing I'm going to do is draw. Oh, interesting. She's got the 2 and the 3.
No.
What I think I'm going to do is kind of weird. I think I'm going to steal this butterfly card,
Oof.
then play this butterfly card, then use my chicken to shuffle these cards into the deck.
Ooh.
And draw 3 new cards.
That's a
And I am gonna. What am I gonna pitch? I'm gonna pitch this second virus card. So now the question is, does Chidi have a virus card? Does she have a cell card? Does she have a plant card? Or is she going to take from me?
Okay, my turn.
It is.
All right, so let's see here.
That evil laugh made me think of Cruella de Vil. I don't know why. Maybe because we recently watched it, but now I have the theme song stuck in my head. Cruella de Vil. It's in there.
Oh my gosh, I love that movie.
So good. This new one with Emma Stone is, the best. It's probably my new favorite Disney movie, which is saying something because I actually have an Inside Out tattoo on my arm.
No way. I love that movie.
So for that to be unseated by something else is pretty shocking. But that new Cruella movie is excellent.
That is high praise.
All right, so I am going to. I'm going to draw and possibly steal.
I like it.
All right, let's see what I got here. Ooh.
Oh no, I'm scared.
What
did you
get? All right. I wouldn't tell. Okay, I'm going to steal. I am going to steal your plants.
Ooh.
My plants.
I'm sorry.
Bye, plants.
You were getting close over there.
Oh my god. All right. And then I'm starting to my OCD kicking in here. And then I'm going to build however that works. We'll fix it later. And then what power should I use? And which should I discard? So if I can use a I can use my chicken power because chicken's out there already.
Yeah, and the power has to be on the table in front of you. So you could, with plant, you could draw an extra card from the draw pile.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Or with mushroom, you could pick any one of the cards from the discard pile and put it in your hand. And frog can jump on.
So I can only use some power that's on the table.
Yes.
Mushroom.
Oh, no. All right, let me see if there's anything on the discard pile that I want. Huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. They're all loners. Wait, there's 2 viruses. Huh. All right, so, but I can draw 2 cards if I use my mushroom. It's just 1 card from the discard pile. Right?
1 card. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Disable cycle. So the plant and the mushroom is giving me almost the same kind of power.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense because they both grow
Right.
in the ground.
Right.
They have similar life cycles.
Similar life cycles.
Mm-hmm.
Aha.
We're learning, Chidi. Do you hear
I
it?
know. Look at that. We're making comparisons here. All right. I'm just going to. It's just so hard to make a decision. All right, I'll just draw a card.
I like it.
From the unknown. Aha! All right.
Uh-oh.
Okay, now it's time to discard, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I am going to discard.
Into the unknown.
There goes the chicken again.
A chicken.
Oh, poor chicken.
I know. Somebody wants it.
Okay, so I'm going to. This is tough. Okay, I'm gonna draw from here. Ooh. All right. Don't be mad at me. I'm gonna steal my keys back.
We found the duplicate. We found it.
There it is. Oh man.
So then I have that one locked in. Trying to move them out the way. Come on, Tabletop Simulator.
Karma is a B word.
The threats. The threats. The real Chidi comes out now.
I'm going to use my plant power.
It's the wine. Brings out the real Chidi.
And I'm just going to go ahead and... Oh, shoot. This is so... Oof. All right. I'm going to get rid of my butterfly. I need to spread these out more. No. Gosh, now I'm like ruining everything. Was there something underneath the chicken?
I don't think so. Yes, there was a fish. Where did the fish go?
I know, I'm ruining everything. There's the fish.
There's the fish.
Okay, so it's fish.
Then
the virus.
And then the butterfly.
Yeah. Okay. My turn.
All right. Now, Catherine, let me ask you this. If I take the fish because I can use it, do I also get the chicken and the virus and the butterfly? Do I take them all like in front of me?
Yes, but the problem is you have 2 cards in your hand.
So you can only take 3.
2 cards. Yeah. Well.
I found the extra card. It was like on the edge of the table. It was another 4 plant, so I just deleted it.
I know what I can do. All right. I'm going to take this butterfly and I'm going to play it. And then...
So you have the 4. You can only play that if you have the 4.
Oh, no, I don't have the 4. Crap, do. All right, hold on. Thinking it through.
I mean, you could infect your chicken with the virus.
So I think what we're going to do first is we're going to draw. Oh, interesting. Okay. Then we're going to use our passive butterfly effect to steal or to use add any card from the discard pile to my hand. Clean up the salmon, this one. And then we're going to play it with this one. Things are happening. Things are happening. Then we're going to discard sea turtle. Sea turtle, is that also an egg? Must be, right? Sea turtles lay eggs?
Yes.
We did it. We did it, boys, as my toddler likes to say.
Mm-hmm.
My turn? Oh,
Yeah.
not yet.
Oh, I'm just gonna straighten these out. All good.
Okay. Let's see. What have we got here?
Interesting.
Okay. I'm going to use my mushroom power to draw a card, any card from the discard pile. I'm going to go for the kangaroo.
I'm so glad because I was feeling bad for it.
It's a
just
good
hanging
one.
out there and no one is doing anything.
It lets you use 2 powers on your turn, so it's a good one.
Yeah. So, okay. So I use 1 power. Let's see. I don't know how to use this truck power. I'm just trying to figure out.
Yeah, that's if you want to stop somebody from using a power.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather steal than like block. All right. So, all right. What the heck?
Oh, my plant! You killed
Sorry.
me.
Okay, so that's my second
Got
power. And then I'm going to build a kangaroo over here.
Interesting.
I only have 1 to discard. No, I don't have any.
That's okay, because next turn you can draw 3.
No, but I want this one.
Aww.
Oh, regretty spaghetti.
Oh, my little toddler is gone.
That's a good one.
Oh.
Okay. I am going to...
Oh, this is the saddest thing.
I'm going to draw from here.
I lost my toddler. She was cute. Same with the turtle.
Yeah.
All right. Don't kill me again. I'm going to steal your kangaroo.
I lost my toddler for that kangaroo.
I know. I'm so evil.
I don't feel like she feels bad, Chidi.
And then I can't use my plant. So I'm going to use my cell. And I'm going to get rid of this guy.
Ooh.
Got 2 new ones.
There's another human. I'm
Oh,
obsessed with humans.
I just got the other kangaroo. So.
Oh.
Wait, why do I have
Wow.
no? What's going on here? I'm getting extra cards that I don't know where they're coming from. Did I just draw too many cards?
I think you picked up the whole deck.
Oh, that's what happened. So, okay. Now I have a fish and my kangaroo.
Wow.
All right, what are we going to do? We got to get her.
I know. I agree.
Rid of some.
Let's get her.
No.
Get her.
Oh, this is tough, actually. I don't know what to do here. Oh. All right, I have to do this, I think. I'm getting rid of this salmon.
Ooh, and it's the 2?
No,
But
no,
I
no,
can
no,
only
no.
play the 1.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All
I
right.
had salmon last night for dinner.
Poor Sam.
I know.
All right. So first things first, draw a card. Oh.
Mm-mm. That's an evil laugh.
I got the 1.
Oh, no.
I got the 1. All right, and then we're gonna butterfly mushrooms to pick up the salmon.
Nice play.
Nice. Oh, that's a great move.
Uh-oh. I can tell you're going to win. I can smell it.
I know.
I got the 1. All right, and then I'm gonna discard this cell. What's happening? I think I'm just handing the Chidi here. I just handed it to her. It's all yours, Chidi. Take it away.
Oh.
Mm.
Man.
Someone hoarding the mushrooms, or am I like, all right. Like, what the hell are all the mushrooms? Okay, let's see here.
Actually, you have nothing. So you have to draw 3. It doesn't have to be 3 from the draw pile. We've been going back and forth on that rule. But I say, like, you could draw 2 from the draw and 1 from discard, or 3 from the discard, or 2 and 1, or whatever.
Okay.
Probably 3 from, if you just draw 3, you have the best chance of getting 2 mushrooms, though, right?
That's true. It depends if you want to go mushroom
I'll go for the human.
or steal myself.
Okay, let me do a little bit of thinking here. 1, 2,
Can she just like draw them one at a time? So like draw and then look at it and see if she gets what she needs, and then draw another one and then draw another one, or does she have to draw all 3 at the same time?
We've traditionally played where you make your decision first and then draw.
There you go.
But that's a good thing to consider. Maybe that's a rule we could tweak.
Yeah, because I can draw 1 and decide if I want to draw another one.
Yeah,
Decide if I
let's
wanna
do
draw
that.
another one.
I want to see how that works out. Let's do that.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to draw 1, and then, because that will feed off my whatever decision I want.
Yeah.
Gives you
Also a
more
little nice
information.
compensation for being empty. Yeah.
Yeah.
A
A bonus.
No! Like, what is this?
I'm not sure it worked out the way she wanted.
Uh-oh.
It's interesting what is ending up in the discard pile. It's like 2 virus cards, 2 human cards.
I'm gonna go for the. So I can I draw the 2 human? I can draw from anywhere because I have the mushrooms, right?
Yeah, so you could draw one card with the mushroom. But you only drew 2 cards to start with, right?
Right.
So you could draw the cell as your 3rd, but that you can't just draw anything from here as your 3rd.
Okay. Now I'm going to. Okay, I'm just gonna go for the.
I want to jump. I want to jump in the water.
Kangaroo, you may use. Oh my goodness. Poor kangaroos is so clutch. You can use 2 powers. Really strong.
Okay. I'm going to draw. Let's see what I get. What do you know?
Uh-oh.
And I'm just gonna go for it.
Do it.
Ah! Ooh.
Disappointed.
Okay. I drew, and okay, and I'm going to darn it. Okay, I can steal. All right. I'm going to start building. Oh, this sucks. All right, I'm going to start building this, guys.
Oh, actually, I think Visioness already started it.
Oh,
I did start jellyfish.
Oh, so I can't start
many moons ago.
Yeah, you'd have to steal it. You can't start it again.
Oh. Oh, well, okay, I guess I gotta steal.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
No worries. You want to watch something else? Okay, I'm coming. I'll be right back, guys. I'm coming, Muffin.
Okay, so I steal that and I can build, right?
Yeah, but actually, so you could only steal. Let me think about this. What?
I can
only steal the number 1. So if you have the next card, then you could steal it.
I'm sorry. Wait, what?
So you could only steal the jellyfish if you had the next card in the sequence. So if you had the number 1, then you could steal it and put your number 1 on top.
I stole number 4, and I have number 3 and 2.
But yeah, so she started it with the number 4 though, and so the next number has to be
1.
Oh, so I can steal it then?
No,
it's the same reason I couldn't pick up the butterfly, because it's a 1 and I started at 2, 3, so the next one has to be 4.
Oh, I thought we could build from whatever number. Okay,
yeah, no, and like ideally, initially we wanted to have like a circle of cards, but it's too hard to print like triangle cards that would make a circle.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, got it. All right. I'm going to, so I can steal. I'm going to start. This is probably going to come out and bite me in the butt. Someone's about to steal my mushroom.
Nope, right. I don't think you can play the 1. You have to play the 4 next, right?
Oh yeah, because the 3 is on top of the 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So this has to stay in your hand until you get the 4. So it goes like in chronological order. So like, imagine it like you found the mycelium, and it went to the stage 3 pinhead, and then you got the stage 4 big one, and then the stage 5 puffball looking, secreting its fungi babies.
Huge guy.
Okay. No, okay. I thought I could build irrespective of what. Just add to it. All right. Okay, so no one's. I guess this is the only thing I can play then.
Yep, that's a good one though. It lets you on your next turn, you can draw from the bottom like automatically whenever it's your draw phase.
Yeah. Okay. That's my turn.
So my turn.
Yes. Okay. Do you have the 2 cell? Are you gonna win right now?
I'm gonna do it. Oh, my froggy goes back. I'm gonna take this one, and I'm gonna add.
She got it!
No!
I just got lucky there. So,
GG.
No.
Hanging on to that too the whole game, I guess, turned out. But
that's the thing, right? Is like you have those moments of, do I hold on to this? Do I pitch this? Yeah. It's hard to sort of like prioritize what you might want to hold in your hand. And I think one of the things that I was kind of getting stuck with my thought process is like the powers are all really interesting. but I really love the butterfly power of being able to use like anything on the table. But then when you put the kangaroos down, I was like, okay, that's kind of amazing because you can do two things instead of one.
Although you could use the butterfly to copy my kangaroo.
That's true. And then really, I can do... No, because even then, it's still, you only get one more. So you're borrowing the kangaroo. Or is it +2?
You could say, for this round, my butterfly is a kangaroo. And then you could do two things.
Oh,
so it's kind of a way of like equalizing, because like kangaroo and mushroom are so good. So it's kind of a way of being like, you know, multiplying that power so someone else can use it if they want to.
I like that a lot. So what do you have in the works now, Catherine, now that you are funded on Kickstarter? What's the plan?
My big thing, I have a game I made last year called Crab Crossing, where it's based on Christmas Island in Australia, where all like once a year, like millions of crabs cross over the island to mate on the other side. And it's super cute because the people that live there like love them, and they like actually have like they build bridges for them so they can cross over the roads, and they like have little sweepers that have brooms and they sweep them to the other side so they don't get run
Only
over.
In Australia are they that like that loving of the environment. They're just like, oh, you want to mate here? How do we help you?
I know. It's kind of awesome, and the pictures are phenomenal. And so I made this game. It's our first cooperative game, actually, which is my favorite kind of game. But they're little toy crabs. There's 10 little red crabs, and you're trying to get them to the other side of the island without.
That's amazing.
Thank you. So they're either going to be crushed by cars, or eaten by coconut crabs or crazy ant swarms. But they could be helped by a sweeper, or they could be, there's like a tourist that wanders off with them. So it's kind of neutral. So it's cute. It's very, there's lots of toy like elements, and yeah, it's really cute. And so I pitched it to a lot of places, and then actually Haba wanted it, and it made it to the final 20 of their list over the summer. And they were going to pick 7 or 8 games to actually make from the final 20. And then I didn't make it. So that was a little heartbreaking. But I'm now that it's, you know, returned back to me, I'm going to pitch it again and try it. And if nothing comes of that, then I can Kickstarter that maybe. But that's my little pet project right now.
Well, that's awesome. Amazing. Maybe we'll be playing that in a couple months when you put it up wherever you put it.
Thank you. This was really fun. I really enjoyed talking with you guys.
Yeah, same here. It's been really great getting to spend some time with you. And I've really missed your company, Chidi. It's wonderful to get to spend time with you again.
I know, my little toddler coming in and crashing the whole thing. And your 2-year-old.
Yes, I feel that on so many levels. Let me just tell you. Well, it was really wonderful to sit here and play with you, Catherine. Yes. Please look up Cycles on Kickstarter, guys. Check out the Cat Lily website, which is amazing, especially if you're in education and you're looking for print and play games. It seems like a really good resource. Mm-hmm. I've loved having you here. It's been really great getting to know you and getting to spend this time with you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you. It was my pleasure. I hope to keep in touch. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming.
Sarah, are you there?
I'm still here. So in the like, since I don't know if my Twitch is going to record this, I was in the back like screen recording bits and pieces. So if nothing else, I can put together a video of like highlights from the game.
That's perfect.
Sounds excellent.
Oh gosh, thank you so much, Catherine. I put the Kickstarter up on the screen a couple times, and so hopefully people will know where to go. It's on the Twitch feed right now, which if that records, it'll be there. And so good luck with all of your stuff.
Thank you so much. I hope you all have a great night.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.